All right, we are live. Let's see if we can get this to work. So this is a lot different than what I was doing before. This is a lot different. So feels good to be back on a stream. We need to get the group together. All right, let's see. Is anybody out there? Multiple platforms. All right. So if you're out there in the chat, just let me know. We are just doing some tests, and we might, get into some other cool stuff as we go. This is just like an Ask Me Anything kind of test stream. If anybody's out there and they want to see what I'm building for content automations, they can do that here. I just want to make sure my audio is good here. Other cool stuff as we go. This is just like an Ask Me Anything. Yeah, there we go. Sick. All right. So we were just hanging out. I'm going to repost some of this stuff here. Let's see this live stream. Let's see, is that right? Let's see if this works here. Okay. All right. So we were just testing some stuff. I am actually doing something new. So I was originally just trying out Restream, and then I now am using OBS into Restream to try that out and test some other things to see which I like better. I want to see. All right, I'm going to try the chat out here. So I just sent that, and it seems like it went to YouTube. So apparently this is going to filter all of the chats into Restream so that I only have to look at one place. So that's pretty sick. I wish I could show you guys this, but I've got one camera here, and then I've got another camera over there that I can't find batteries for. We just moved into our house in North Carolina, so we are still looking for all of the equipment and stuff. So, yeah, if you guys find this and you want to engage in the chat, let me know. I will definitely engage with you if you, jump in the chat. I'm going to have to figure out how to do this because it's a little bit more tedious to do scenes here. So with screen share, let's see if I can just build this on the fly here since nobody's watching. Let's do another one here. Can I do another one? So if I wanted to do like something like a screen share, scene 2. I could just be better to remove that. Yeah. Whatever. We'll just throw it up because I could easily... Oh, that's not a bad idea. Let's do this. Let's just duplicate this. So this is screen share. So now I've got the same thing here, but if I'm in this, I can go video, and then I can make this smaller. We'll go picture in picture here. Something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna go good with that. And browser 2, that's all of that. And then I need a new browser. This is share 1. And browser source. Yeah, that would work. So if you guys are out there watching, I don't know if I can see updates on who's watching live, but if you're out there, send me something in the chat. I'd love to talk to you. I'm just working through this here to work through some screen sharing stuff. We're just testing some stuff out. We are making sure everything's hooked up right. I want to screen share. Let's just screen share this. Let's go here. Let me just do this. Okay. There we go. Nice. Can I control it here? No, I can't control it there. So I gotta screen share 1. Do I need to just change this? This is URL. I don't want that. I want browser. That's what I want. Do I want? How do I? Man, you spend some time off of this, and then you completely forget how to use it. I blame the move. So let's go one more browser here. Let's do browser 3, and let's do control. No, I don't want to do that. This is a browser. I don't want local file either. Let's see. I forget how to do this. Hey, but that's okay, man. We are building live. We are building live. So let's see. Let me try this way. So we've got audio, browser. I thought it was browser. There it is. Is that it? Nope, that's not. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. Let's go remove that. Yeah, that's not it. All right, hang on. I'm working through this here. We are... I really thought it was that. There it is. I found it. Window. Perfect. This is what I was looking for. There it is. Let's get this up here. Oh. There we go. Something like that. Yeah, I mean, that'll work for now. Hey, there we go. So now we can see X. Maybe we just see what is going on here. What is in the feed? All kinds of stuff. I don't even know. Anybody out there? Come on, man. And then I need to know. So that's 1. Here, let's do this again here. Screen capture. Okay, let's try this. So I want to talk about this. This is what I know. We're going to go to make.com. I'm going to sign in real quick. Let's see. Is it this one? I think it's this account. There we go. Is this right? Perfect. Let's go to scenarios. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. I don't think I needed to do that, but okay. So this right here is pretty neat. I talked about this on a previous live stream, but I wanted to talk about it again. This is what I'm running currently for content for anybody that, you know, might think that this might want help here. I'm going to rearrange the screen here. I'm going to make myself smaller because we're going to need more windows. Okay, so we're going to put make somewhere in here. That should still, I would think that's still big enough. There. Okay, and then we need another one here. So I'm going to pull up Notion here in a second. Let's do another, let's try this screen capture window. Actually, maybe it's application would be better. I gotta pull it up. Let's see. Woo, that's big. All right, here we go. We are getting somewhere. Sorry, I gotta make this smaller. Okay, so covering that's not going to be that big of a deal. All right, so let's send it here. All right, so now you guys can see, you should be able to see Notion and you should see make.com. So make.com is, obviously for those who may not know, is an automation website. So what I have this doing right now is this right here, these little circles are called nodes. And they're doing different performance actions. So this right here is actually, just in kind of layman's terms, is watching my Notion calendar. This is my content calendar, right? So this is my CMS, my content management system. This is where I put all of my posts, and you can see they're scheduled and drafts and whatever. So what I do to supercharge, and I would recommend you doing it too if you can afford it, because this does cost money, but I would highly recommend hang on, is this giving me issues again? Discard, display capture, window capture. I would do this in real time. So we are going to go to, let's see, in Notion, we're going to fast forward here. And we are going to look at the 5th, Tuesday the 5th. Again, if you guys have questions, if you want to meet me, if you want me to engage with you, just, you know, post a comment in the chat and I will respond most definitely. But right now we're just hanging out and we are looking at some of the stuff that I've been into and interested in. So if you want, there we go. Okay, so we need this right here. Everybody's talking about this guy right here. And before we get into that, we are going to start a new chat. All right. Okay, there it is. So now we got everything up on the screen that we need right here. So I am, make myself a little bigger here. Where is layering? How do I get that? Sorry guys, we're still learning here. Oh, that's how I do it. I remember now. There we go. Perfect. And now we send it. Perfect. Okay, so this is everything that we need. And you can kind of see the automation actually working right now. It's sending. It's working. You see it's running a script. So we are, or not a script, but an action. So we are, this is how I do it. This is my workflow. So I'm going to come down to Claude. And remember, we're looking at what was it? We're looking at the 5th, Tuesday the 5th. Okay. And so we're looking at Tuesday the 5th right here in Notion. This is just the free account on Notion. The only thing that I'm paying for is Claude and Make.com. And I actually forget how much I'm paying for Make.com, but there's other fees with APIs and different things like that too that you can look into. I mean, it's just a quick AI search on those fees. You can go to each website. But here's what I normally do for the week. I look at my content calendar and I see what I have. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 LinkedIn posts from the 5th to the 8th. And if I want to obviously make more posts, I'm gonna prompt Claude. So we're gonna flip it over to Claude here, and we're just gonna type. Remember, we're looking at the 5th right here in Notion. Looking at the 5th. Yeah, the 5th. I don't know why my cursor is duplicated on that. Maybe it's because it's an overlay. But but anyway, so on Notion, we're looking at the 5th, and we're going to go back to Claude, and we're going to say, I need, let's say something like 10x posts for let's say May 5th, for May 5th. And then you can just list what you want. Let's say, let's do 2 encouraging posts. Let's do 2 Bible posts, 2 automation posts, and then in parentheses we can put like following current trends. And then we can run, so that's 6, 7, 8. We can do 2 trending marketing hot takes. And we can do 2, let's do 2 posts on being a dad. Okay. So now we got 2 posts we got all of our 10 posts, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, right? Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this in Claude. And while that runs, it's going to create everything, and then I'm going to prompt it to send it to my CRM. It may actually already do that because I've done this so much, but it's going to send it to my CRM in Notion and set it as draft, and that'll be important here in a minute. We're just going to wait for this to cook here in Claude. Let me check the chat. I still don't think anybody's watching, but that's okay. Hey, humble beginnings, right? That's still over there. All right, so now it's gonna, as you can see, it's populating all these posts. And then I'm gonna say, I'm not even gonna read them. I'm just gonna say, send these to my CMS in Notion and set status to draft. Okay, so now this is why this is important, is because obviously this puts you in the chair of a publisher. So you always got to double check everything and make sure that there's no like EM dashes or whatever, despite however you set your own AI settings up, because it doesn't always want to listen to you. So when you do this, you always want to have a human in the loop in your automation so that you can double check everything. Now what we're going to do is we are going to go back to Notion, and we're just going to wait, and we're going to see these populate up here on the 5th. Unless I forgot to cue it correctly, because sometimes I get ahead of myself. I think I already said the 5th, didn't I? Yeah, May 5th. So now it's going to fetch Notion, and it's going to create the pages. So you should start seeing it populate here shortly, which is pretty neat. And this saves me so much time. This saves me hours and hours of posting. There it went. So it just ran it, all of them, all 10 posts across X. So this is the way right here. This is like, I'm super into this because this is the way that solo creators are going to be able to have the same output as corporations or businesses or even the top tier creators with teams. This is going to be the way to do it. Now, like I said, it does cost money, but that's the trade-off. You trade money for time so that you can operate at a higher level, right? So I think it's like under $100 a month or something. Don't quote me, but I think it's like under $100 a month. You can run Notion, you can run a make.com, get it all communicated. Claude connects right to Notion with its connections, and I just generated all 10 of those posts, right? Now it did set them to LinkedIn posts, which is really funny. You can just go in and change that. Actually, you can even let's see, we can prompt Claude to do it. Change the platform tag. LinkedIn. And we're just going to keep an eye on this here, and we're going to see if it changes it. And then it just becomes your virtual assistant, essentially. Just, the only better way to do it is to talk to it. Talk to Claude. But it does say LinkedIn, and we need it to say X. And that's important because the automations, which I'll show you here in a minute, I'll get into, are actually they actually look at the properties, and that's how it filters through everything. So if it sees LinkedIn, it'll try to push it to LinkedIn. It won't push it to X. So we got to get that right. But there it goes. X. X. It's all changing. There it goes. You guys watching this in real time here. X. So you can prompt it, and then you can go, do something else with your time, be efficient, and it'll do all this in the background. So, when it finishes up here, then we'll do another thing here, because what it's missing is time. So this is right now it's showing, May 5th, 2026, but we need times on the published date. So that when, this node up here that's watching Notion and Make actually reads the property publish date, and that's when it actually will do the scheduling in Metricool. So let's go back to Claude, because again, we want to save some time. And as you do this, you actually get better at prompting. I'm being really segmented right now just to demonstrate everything on all the steps. But you can like take your time, and you can send one prompt that's got all of this same information in it, and then Claude will run it. Now, you do have to watch out for it timing out, because it uses like tokens, and I don't actually know how all that works, to be honest with you. But all you do is click continue. It'll ask you to click continue, and then it'll just keep going. So every now and then you just check your computer, click continue, and it will do it all for you. But here we need to do this is what I do. So if you've got analytics on your X and you've got optimal posting times and stuff, then you can actually take a picture of that, put it in here, and then it'll know when you should post on X, and it will it will generate those times for you. But for now, I'm just going to say schedule all 10 of these X posts, publish date to optimal posting, high traffic times on X. All right, let's do that. And then again, we're going to flip back over, and we are going to watch it do that for us. So again, we're just trying to be efficient with our time, and we are getting smart. We're working smarter, not harder, because scheduling, 5 to 10 times on X every day, scheduling, 2 to 3, however many on Facebook a day, Instagram a day, TikTok a day, blah, 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 right? All the platforms. It's just such a time suck, and I just got sick of doing it. So I was like, you know what? Let's try to engineer a way to automate some of this so that solo creators can take a lot of pressure off themselves and save a bunch of time, put more time into creating more videos or creating more things. And I know I'm probably not the first to do this, but this is the way I do it, and I wanted to share it. So we should be seeing scheduling times. Yep, the LinkedIn post is good. Let's go back. What is it saying? Updating page. So while we wait on this, I want to know if anybody's out there. Say hi in the chat. If you're watching this after it's live, go ahead and say hi anyway. I'll still respond. I'll hit you up. I just want to meet people, make connections, engage with a live audience, and that's what we're all trying to do. Is put out good content to help people, free content to help people, improve their content, improve whatever they're trying to do. So. If you're into that, you can follow my X page. You can follow me on YouTube. I haven't put any videos out yet. Again, we just moved to North Carolina, so we're unpacking boxes. As soon as we get unpacked and we get settled here, we'll start making some more content. I really want somebody to jump in the chat because I want to see if it works. I've got an embedded chat up there. So if you are out there and you're watching, go ahead and jump in the chat, and I want to see if it works. So, and then, let's see. Okay, so this is what we're working on. Let's see. Let's update this. Did it work? I will say that this is the most finicky out of all of it is these published dates. Let's just double check this. Let's say ensure publish date shows these changes. This is the only thing that kind of trips me up in this process is it doesn't want to change the publish date and add a timestamp for the day. I don't know why. I don't know why that's so difficult. But there it goes. 8:30. It's working. So yeah, there it goes. It's working. So you're watching this in real time update, blah, 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 blah. Adding times according to the highest traffic times of day on X. And then what we'll do is we will start proofreading these. And I'm actually going to use a different day to proofread because I want... I want to schedule actual stuff. Squirrely Joe, is Squirrely Joe out there? I don't know why this isn't working. It's showing the stream. Let's see. It shows 0 viewers. I don't know why that's not working. Chat settings. I don't know why. Let's see if I can figure this out. This is all different. So bear with me here. I wonder if it's because I thought I did that right. Let's see. Main overlay browser. Let's see. Refresh. So that's working. Let me try to do this here. Let me see if I have to change it. Let's go here. Okay. And then refresh. But it's not even showing up on Restream. I am streaming to X. X is streaming. Weird. I don't know. Anyway, so while we're trying to figure that out, I'm going to keep going here. So this is updated, I think, right? So this is, yeah, so you see all these times were just added by Claude. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go to today. And you can see I've scheduled everything for today. And then tomorrow is May 1st. So we're just going to go through and we're just going to proofread some of these just so I can show you. So Friday reminder, you're not behind. You're in the early innings. Most of your competition will quit by month 4. Just don't stop. So that's fine. I don't care. We're going to post that. So what we do is we take the status. Now, when I do this, I want you to watch. It might take a little bit of time to do this because it runs every 10 minutes and it runs 10 at a time. So I'm going to click approved. Now I want you to keep your eye over here because as we go through this, it's going to send it to each of these nodes, and then the X is going to send it down here, and then it's going to send it back to Notion. And what's happening is this node is actually looking inside Notion for any of the statuses of these posts to change from anything to approved. Once it sees that it's approved, it uses all the properties. It sends it to, I think this is the iterator, and then it takes it to the router. So then I can send it to each of the individual channels on Metricool. Now Metricool I do pay for. It's a scheduling thing. I don't think it's that expensive a month. I would just pay it because it saves so much time scheduling. And then when you can plug it into all this, it's worth it. Totally worth the money. If you use something different, I'm not sure as to the integrations. I just know that Metricool will do this. Obviously, this is X, Instagram, Threads, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So once that runs, you're going to see the nodes light up, and it's going to send it from Notion, all of these properties down here. So the approved, the published date, time, the platform, and then it's going to post copy. It's going to take that. It's all going to send all of that, and then it's going to read it, make sure that Metricool is going to actually run it through the character count limitations, and then if it gets approved, it'll send it to Notion. Once it goes to Notion again, it'll actually alter the approved status to scheduled, and then it automatically schedules it in Metricool for me. So I don't have to go to multiple places. It's all in one thing. So I can come through here and I can just do skill in your field is blank. People help themselves. Like just for a test, we'll just post this one too. So we'll approve these two X posts. So we got the one at 7:30 and we got the one at 9. And we are just waiting. So again, this is what I do for those that, maybe tuning in or watching in later. This is how I run content automated. This allows me, obviously, as you can see my Notion page, this allows me to run up, so far the max that I've done is 10 posts on X a day. And I don't have the replies automated, but because I don't have to sit down and write and schedule all these posts, it happens so fast, I can actually spend more time replying. And that's important on X because if you want to grow on X, you got to reply. Reply and riding the waves of bigger accounts is actually the most optimal way to grow on X. I don't know if that's a hot take, but I've got a case study of a week of me doing that, and it showed really fruitful. So you post to gain trust with the algorithm so that you can stay consistent, and then your replies on X actually get you the reach because you ride the wave and the algorithmic trust of bigger accounts, and then those bigger accounts carry you, and then you reply to a bunch of other accounts too. You get the reach that way, and then when it just ran. So I know I'm interrupting a thought here, but you just saw that run. Notion, iterator, router, X scheduling, back to Notion, and then as you can see, it ran it, and they are both now showing scheduled. And I didn't have to do more than that. And you can really see how fast this is, and that's the whole point. Like if you can post and build trust with the posting, even though it's not really seen by anybody, you can post more And even though that's not getting you reach, it's building algorithmic trust. And then when you ride the wave of other people and the bigger accounts on X, you can actually have something for people to see in your niche or whatever you want to talk about after they click and you get a page visit from those accounts, those bigger accounts, and that bigger reach that you're using the replies for. It's also allowing you to reply more because you don't have to sit and schedule all these posts all the time, or think of a post on the spot or over and over and over again throughout the day. So this is a way to really, really maximize volume and replies, and really allows you to spend your time on getting that reach on X. Now, like I was saying before this ran, I ran the height of this, or the max that I've used this for, is 5 posts on Threads a day, 10 posts on X a day, 2 posts on Facebook and LinkedIn. However, there's a little nuance thing with Instagram a day. So, I mean, when this is all said and done, I would be shocked if you could not really maintain 250 to 350 posts per week with this system. Now, here's the caveat. Here's where this system is going after this is so this is kind of what I was saying before. If we go in here, these properties, right? So the status, publish date, platform, hook, post, copy. So that is what Make and the webhooks and all these integrations are using to actually sort through the channels in order to know what to or where to send what. And that's important. So what I need to do, the next iteration of this will be to add an image property so that we can post to Instagram. And then the next one after that will be to find a way to have a property for first comments, or even like threads on X where there's multiple posts and multiple pictures. And I really think obviously it's going to take me time to build that and figure that out. If you guys are interested in watching that, I can make a video on it as I watch it, and I'll post that too. If you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss anything that's coming, you can head on over to Parker Brown. Let's see, right here. Let me see, where's view my channel. So it's something like this. We are actually streaming to YouTube right now. This will be the first video that's out, but you can check out Real Parker Brown on YouTube. And it's also Real Parker Brown on X and Instagram and all the things. So yeah, I'm really excited for this kind of stuff. I really like this. This is really fun, and I'll tell you what, it saves so much time. Like I did probably 2 or 3 days this morning while making my kids breakfast, and 2 or 3 days, that's 30 posts. 30 posts. I did it in 15 minutes. 15, 20 minutes. I got 30 posts generated, proofread. I altered some of them because obviously sometimes it, sounds too much like AI, but you want to keep things human. But I did it. It saves a ton of time, allows me more time to, think about content for live streaming of videos and different things like that while we are double dipping and building platforms on each platform. Man, that's pretty good. How long have we been going? We've been going for, how long has the stream been going? Where's my little timer? I forget where it's at. Is that an hour and 18 minutes? But like 15 minutes of that was me trying to figure out how to get music on the stream starting soon page. So, I really wish we could get the chat figured out. I don't know why that's not working. So let's do this. Properties. Maybe we can work on that since I've explained all that. I don't quite understand why this is not working. Chat settings. Because I went to chat settings in Restream, and it shows embed in stream, and Copy this URL to OBS Studio Fade process in the browser. Yeah, so embedded chat, browser 2. Let me launch this. Let me see if this works here. The chat is ready to display messages. And then I type that in. And I don't know why it's not working. Chat background opacity. Yeah, that's fine. Theme. Oh, wow, you can do different. What does that look like? Oh, that's kind of dope. You can do different themes. Let's see. Interesting. All kinds of different stuff on here. I don't like that one. That's kind of dope. It would be cool to change colors. But I just don't know why this isn't working. Let me transition, see what that does. See, it says it's ready to display messages. But like not even my messages are showing up in there, so I don't know. We're gonna go test. Read only from X. Can I not? That's weird. So maybe it only works from YouTube. Yeah, I bet you it only works from YouTube. So that worked. Wonder why I can only read only. But I'm not even seeing any X chats because of why. I don't know why. I don't know, but my buddy Squirrely Joe said he posted or something. I don't know. Maybe he wasn't talking to me. Maybe if I do it myself. Let's try this. There it goes. So it is working. Perfect. Sick. Awesome. Okay, so man, I really wanted to hang out with people. Maybe now's not a great time to stream. 1 to 2 o'clock. Maybe we need to do something later. Yeah, maybe like 7 or something. That'd probably be better. At least on X it would be better. I know it would be because that's a good time for X. But I wanted to test all this stuff out. Thanks for watching this video. If you watch it later, we're going to try and stream 3 times a week. What's up, dude? That was my dad. Yeah, we're gonna try and stream 2 or 3 times a week coming up, and we are, we're gonna grind on X. We're gonna grind on streaming. So if you guys want to know any more about this, follow me on X at Real Parker Brown. If you want to know more, and you're into more pre-recorded video kind of stuff, check me out on YouTube at Real Parker Brown. And yeah, guys, let's get the solo creator operating at a level that, bigger top 1% kind of creators are operating at. That'd be sick. That'd be sick. If you want any tips, more tips, just, like I said, follow me, and we'll build this together.